Hello! Welcome! It's Monday. It's time for Headlines. I'm Barry. This is Chris. We're going to bring you the greatest headlines in the world today. Okay, maybe not quite the greatest in the world, but some good ones. First, we're going to start off with this cool one that we found in the paper, this morning. I heard about it on the interwebs when it happened, but a Wayne Gretzky rookie card, the greatest hockey player in the world, who played for the greatest hockey team in the world, the Edmonton Oilers. He recently had a rookie card that was an O-Pee-Chee rookie card. I think it was from 1979. I think that was the date on this. Recently sold for $465,000 American dollar. Yeah, $465,000 American dollars.
Yeah,
which is like $1 billion Canadian dollars.
Yep.
Not quite, but 600,000.
Yeah,
Canadian dollars.
Wow.
So now it's got everybody in a craze. Oh my God, I got a rookie card. It's gonna be worth tons of money. Hold your horses, guys. This card was like mint condition, like protected from day one. That's why it sold for so much. This was like in pristine shape, like almost right hot off the presses. And it was like, they said that there's, just quickly glancing at the article, they said there's only like 10 in the world that are like this at most. That are graded, because there's like a grade for memorabilia, and like you go from the best to like, it can sell for something. Obviously, if you have a Gretzky rookie card, get it out, see what it's worth. And, if it's worth something...
Might not be worth $500,000, but it could
still be worth, it could still be worth a couple K.
Yeah.
It could still be worth something, because, for some reason, I don't know. People like them. People like cards still. I don't know.
Well, with the exception of the trading card bust in the 90s, where they printed so many trading cards that everything pretty much became worthless.
Yeah, it's like money.
Yeah.
We print so much of it, it's just nothing now.
But it is the way it works.
It was cool. I thought it was interesting.
No, it is actually. I thought it was very interesting too.
$500,000 for a hockey card. Imagine having that just sitting there.
Wow, yeah.
Even imagine having like $100,000 for a fucking card. Imagine that. $10,000. I'd be like, holy
Yeah, I know.
crap.
$10,000 for a card would be like, really? Wow. Okay, done. Have it.
Yeah.
It's only collecting dust in my house.
You got this has people search their closets for their cards now, for every card.
Yeah, we used to collect hockey cards.
We did, yeah. I don't know what happened to them.
I don't know what happened to them either.
Maybe we had a Wayne Gretzky rookie card and we didn't even know it. I don't think we did, because I think we would have kept it.
The Zika virus, it's a big thing going on because of the Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games. Apparently, there's already people cashing in on it. There's a whole bunch of scammers, people selling fake working scenario things like fake bug spray, fake cures, fake this, and everything like that.
I was watching the opening ceremonies of the Olympics last night, and they
that's news.
The Koreans, I think, South Koreans, or one of the Asian countries, I can't remember exactly who it was, had their uniforms had anti-Zika virus protection on them, like built into them, like made into them. I thought it was quite funny. I'm not sure what the Zika virus is. I'm not sure why it's so bad, but I don't know. It's a mosquito.
Oh, it's carried by mosquitoes, so it could be just as bad as... We had one up here in the north for a little while there. That was kind of scary.
We had one? Like a Zika or like
H1N1? No.
That was like the swine flu. That was the flu, yeah.
But there was one...
We had some blood-carrying disease.
SARS. SARS, I think it was.
It was some bug.
Something that happened in Toronto. A bunch of people died by comparison. Not a huge number by comparison to how many people were actually infected by it, but it was kind of scary because it was transmitted by mosquitoes. And mosquitoes are plentiful. So that's part of the reason why it's kind of a scary thing. It's just simply because of plentifulness.
So there's this show that you guys may have seen on television called America's Got Talent. This video is going around the internet of a couple. They brought their talent to America's Got Talent, and it didn't go so well. They had this guy was swallowing a sword with a target on it, while his wife shot an arrow at him and was going to hit the target. Unfortunately, the firing mechanism, which like messed up or something, and the guy got shot in the neck with a burning arrow. The video is crazy. You think he would die, but the guy ended up just fine.
It didn't. It's not like you saw blood.
Yeah, he didn't get, like, it didn't stick in. You would think arrow. Oh my god, it's gonna go right through your neck.
No,
but it just went.
Hit him. It was lit for a little while, and I managed to get it off. And
it was weird.
Yeah, it didn't look too particularly bad. He was just more like, I think he probably ended up with burns or something. But it was interesting. It's like, oh, look, you see all these trick shots, and finally, one of them fails. Which is kind of nice to see for a change. Would
have been interesting to see if they wouldn't have aired it if he.
Oh, definitely. I will talk about things like this, but there's a British knife attack. One person died, 5 people wounded, and the first thing people say is it's a person with mental illness. You know, they immediately want to.
Isn't it something like a terrorist? Isn't that what people go to?
No. The governments immediately say, "Oh, it's not terrorism. It's not terrorism," even though it's a brown person of Somali descent, right? So it's weird, and this is a subject we'll talk about later on. But you know, it's just the first thing that they automatically do is go mental illness, and it's like, really, mental illness? Okay, whatever. Just how quick. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but
they always have to blame it on something.
Yeah, but like even the Florida attack where 49 people died. You know, he phoned 911 and said he was working. He pledged himself to ISIS. Yeah. But when the government released the phone records, they blanked that part out. So it's.
I think that mental illness is like in these cases, as a scapegoat. Yeah, you know, it's easy to go, and it gives. That's why like people with mental illnesses they don't come forward and they don't get help is because
there's too much stigma.
Yeah, there's so much stigma on it that you're crazy because you're gonna go on a stabbing spree or a knife or a shooting spree because you have when that's not the truth. You know, sometimes you just have a mental illness and you're like, I'm depressed. I have a block in my brain that I can't get past. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I need some help. I need somebody to talk me through it. Find ways to deal and cope with it and stuff like that. And when you have news like this of this person had a mental illness and they stabbed 7 people or whatever, it's like, whoa. People are like, well, I think I might have one. I don't want to tell anybody because they're gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah, and I don't want to be treated like that.
So people suffer in silence. And,
as I said, it's something we are going to talk about more often.
It's a good subject to talk about.
It is.
We will talk about it.
It's just an interesting headline I just found.
So, ladies and gentlemen, pack your bags. Get ready.
Power trip?
We're going to the moon again.
Ooh,
apparently.
Who said that?
Apparently. The U.S. government, who apparently owns the rights to the moon,
what?
Had no idea. I know. It was news. It was interesting. Has approved a private flight to the moon.
Wait. How does the U.S. own the moon?
I know.
No.
That's exactly what
I get it. Like, when you plant a flag on something, you technically own it as a country. But I didn't realize that the moon was...
apparently this private firm who wants to go to the moon, to do some, like, stuff on the moon. I don't know. I didn't really... I just glanced over the article. I saw the headline, and I kind of went, oh, that's neat. And my first thought was, I didn't know the U.S. government owned the moon. But they've given approval to fly on the moon. A company just got permission to land on the moon. That's the headline. So, apparently somebody's going to the moon.
I heard that North Korea said that they will be on the moon within 20 years.
Why couldn't we go to the moon now? That's the thing. Well, but why do we need to go to the moon? We don't need to go to the moon anymore. There's nothing on the moon that we, like... What, are we going to drill, cut it in half, and see if there's anything in there? That's all that's about left.
As a starting point.
Starting point to go where? What are we going to go ruin the rest of our galaxy?
Yes. Well, we have to, because if we stay on Earth too long, we're...
it's not going to happen in my lifetime, so...
That's true.
Fuck you, climate change.
Okay, well, again, I did this again. A deadly cafe attack in Bangladesh. The government immediately said it's not ISIS, and ISIS says it's ISIS.
Do you ever think that ISIS is just like watching the news going, oh, we're taking credit for that?
Which is always a possibility. That's the thing. That's the weird thing is ISIS could just sit there and watch the news and go, yeah, we should take credit for that.
Yeah, well, that sounds like us.
Yeah.
It's just some dude in his basement, in his mom's basement on the internet, going, I'm ISIS. Yeah, we're taking credit for that. We're taking credit for that. It's some internet troll
Well, no,
this whole time.
they do actually have a way to
I know.
verify it, but yeah, it is an interesting way of doing it. But notice how it's the government saying it's not and somebody else saying it is.
So who do we believe?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do we believe? And from more death to pizza. Apparently there is the nation's first pizza ATM is coming to Xavier University in the United States. I don't know where Xavier is, but that's the headline. I found it interesting. I was like, ooh, pizza from an ATM. It cooks it for you. Doesn't say a price on here, I don't think. But it's just like $10 each. So you stick your $10 in, it makes your dough, it cooks it, spits it out to you.
I've seen it on the internet before. Yeah, it takes a dough ball, squishes it out, puts the sauce on it, put whatever toppings you want, cooks it right there. It's actually a really neat little process.
Why do we need that?
Yeah, exactly. When you can go to...
you can just walk up the street, go to Pizza Hut or Domino's and order pizza. Yeah,
Little
whatever.
Caesars and go in for the walk-in...
$5 pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I tell you. You know the world is what the world has come to is pizza ATMs.
Okay, WestJet apparently had a bit of a scare the other day. They had a bomb scare on one of their flights. It had to make an emergency landing in another airport. I have not heard what ended up happening from it, but there was still nothing.
Probably nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't even hear about it.
Okay, but it was the RCMP gets a lot of calls, and unfortunately they have to take all their calls seriously, just in case one of them is actually real. So they had to divert a WestJet flight, and everybody landed. They all had to get off the plane. Massive search. Again, I haven't heard anything one way or the other. Not from a lack of trying, but just haven't heard anything.
I wonder how many times they get, like, the RCMP or any, like, police get bomb threats.
Lots.
I wonder how many times a day, like, and I wonder what goes through somebody's mind. I'm just going to call in a bomb threat.
Oh,
fake. Who cares? Hey, there's a bomb in this house on this place. Maybe you're mad at your friend or your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, and you're like...
That's what a bunch of them come from, is being pissed off. The easiest way to piss people off is to phone in a bomb threat, because cops have to show up to your door.
Just get over yourself. Like, man, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know? With all, especially, like, even on planes, like, with the security that we have, and like, it's pretty, like, it's tough to get on a plane. I haven't been on a plane in years, so I don't know.
It kind of is, for that matter. Like, when my children were flying out last year, getting onto the plane, they were checked randomly, and then when I walked them to the plane, they were actually checked randomly for drugs.
Like, I don't know if it's, like, is it, like, as bad in the U.S., like, in Canada as in the U.S.?
It's worse.
Like, do we get molested up here, like, in the U.S.? Do they grab my balls and stuff?
No. In the U.S., it's horrible.
Yeah. I swear, if I went to there and they started grabbing my balls, I'd be like, yo, buy me dinner first. Come on, like, seriously. I would just make jokes, and I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, and then if you molest my kid, I'd punch you in the face.
Well, okay, it's nice. It's nice to
like,
hear that, you know, it's not just adults being randomly tested, but, you know, sitting there and then it's like, okay, off to the side. I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah, it's like, I know what's happening. They don't. Yeah. I do.
What's going on?
And then it's like, you know, we're off to the side and the guy's like doing little sniffer dog thing, not a real dog, but just a chemical fountain pen. They're doing that and tested, and it's like, no, you're good, okay. And then the girls are like, what's going on? It's like, you're a drug mule. They thought you were trafficking drugs.
Let's just do like Mexico, where you're going to Mexico, you land, you get off the plane, you press a button, and there's a traffic light, and it goes red or green. If it goes red, you have to get checked. If it's green, you just go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? Let's just do that.
But,
probably catch just as many terrorists as you.
For that matter, somebody on an Air Canada flight found a switchblade.
Okay.
Well,
I guess it's bad, but...
Well, no, yeah, but you're not supposed to have knives on board. They should have been caught.
Listen, if I'm on a plane, and there's one dude or one woman or one person with a knife going, I'm going to hijack a plane, I'm sorry. If there's like 100 people on that plane, I'm not letting you take that plane. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. If you and I are on a plane, right?
Yeah.
We see some dude coming down the aisle with a knife. We're two pretty big dudes. I don't care. It's a knife.
I can take a couple of stab wounds, just not the face.
Like, okay, so you stab me, I could die, yes. But if you take the plane, we're probably going to die along with a lot of other people.
So there's a difference between going to and a possibility.
Yeah.
So
why not just jump up, try to punch the dude in the face, tackle him, do whatever you got to do. You know, just, come on. Grab your nutsack. It's just a knife on an airplane. He can't run anywhere. You know, you're in a tube. You know?
Yeah.
Come on. I don't know. I just...
It is. It's one of those things. It's like a fight or flight instinct. And a lot of people have that. Run away. Have to run away. And unfortunately, on a plane, you can't run away.
I'd probably I'd probably be like, oh, I'm going to run away. I'd probably be scared too. I'd probably shit myself. But
yeah, well,
who knows?
That is the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, I would do this and I'd do this. And it's like, well, until you're actually in that situation, doing that.
Yeah. It's different.
Assume
obviously.
You're going to want to run away.
Yeah. Obviously, it's different because you're scared for your life. But I don't know.
Well, true enough. In New Orleans, a Pikachu statue has shown up. And we're not talking about a paper mache statue. We're talking about like
an actual statue.
Statue made out of, well,
cool.
I don't know if it was brass, but like, heavy piece of monument, and it just showed up in New Orleans, and
That's neat.
People love it.
Is there a Pokestop on it? There should be.
I don't know.
There
possibly could be, but there used to be an old water fountain where it is now, and somebody just overnight, literally overnight, it was not a commissioned piece by the city. It was not legally allowed to be there.
That person's going to get in trouble.
But that's the thing. The cops have said nobody's complained, so we're not doing anything about it.
Good on them.
Yeah, I know. It's like
good on them. That's good. It's good to hear that they're not just being like, this Pokemon Go thing has really taken this world by storm, and there's positives and negatives to it, and it's like, obviously I play it, so I'm on the positive side, but I can understand where people are.
I'm on the positive side for it too. I would love to play it, but it requires getting like.
I'm just tired of like people blaming the game for like, people getting robbed. People like walking off cliffs or walking on trespassing or this and that. It's not the game. It's the people who are doing this. You know what I mean? People put themselves. Okay, if you're playing Pokemon Go and you're like, oh, it's 2 a.m. I'm going to walk down this dark alley. Well, maybe you shouldn't walk down that dark alley in the middle of the night.
That's a common sense
like
thing.
It's
2 a.m. in the morning when it's dark. You don't walk.
I'm walking by a cliff. Maybe I should pay attention to where I am.
Yeah,
I'm close to the U.S.-Canada border. Maybe I should pay attention to where I am. Well,
I totally understand that because it's not like
there's no clear marking.
It's not like the Canadian-U.S. border. There's a wall there, or even just a little line in the sand.
You just see you're out and you're just walking and you go, and then you end up in the U.S. or you end up so that's understandable because you just walk somewhere like.
Yeah, you can do it, and Border Patrol picked them up quite quickly, so it's not like there was anything serious, but it's just like.
Just keep your head up if you're playing the game.
I think
pay
Pokemon
attention.
Go is awesome because people are actually going outside, and it's a community. Pokemon has always been about a community. That's what Nintendo's always tried to do with Pokemon Go, is make it about a community.
Like, you see people out there, like, obviously it's me being judgmental, but you look at these people and go, you can tell this person doesn't come out of their basement very often.
Yeah.
You can look at some of these people and go, oh, that's good. It's cool to see somebody, like, who normally wouldn't be or would have anxiety there's been stories. I heard this one story of this autistic kid who plays the game, and he who had trouble socializing and being in public settings, and now, because of this game, he can be out and socialize and interact with people because of the game.
Okay.
And so it gives gives people like that and gives people who have anxiety an opportunity to get out. You know what I mean?
I've heard people losing lots of weight because of walking so much, and it's like really, really good because a lot of these people, these basement dwellers, they're not the best shaped people, and if they're going out and walking 1 or 2 kilometers a day, that's awesome because they would never ever do that. And I personally, just watching people play Pokemon Go, it looks like it could be a lot of fun. The missus and our children, we went out for this event in Kensington, and we were walking through downtown, and like the one lady, she had Pokemon Go, and she's like, "Oh, there's a Pokestop here! Oh my gosh! Oh, there's a Pokestop here!" And I was like, "Wow!" My egg was at 1.6 kilometers, and I needed another 0.4. And after a little while, I was like, "Oh my gosh, my egg's hatching!"
Anywhere you go,
I walked like half a kilometer, and the great thing was, by the time we were done, she would have hatched another egg.
Yeah, you don't even know that you're walking that much. Anywhere you go now, you can see, like, there's people playing this. Like, you go to a park, and before this game came out, you would see, I don't know, 10 people in a park. Yeah, you'd see the people who go out for walks and stuff like that. Now, you see those people, plus you see 100 more.
Yeah.
Just walking around the park, walking around the park. And then you go to other areas, and you see people who you would never see at these areas. Like myself, I'll even admit, I would never, I have no reason to go downtown. But I go downtown once a week to hunt Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or I go to a park and I hunt Pokemon, and it's like, I live in the city that I've never seen. And now I'm seeing it, and I'm going, oh, interesting.
Yeah, because when you live in a city, the bigger the cities they are, the worse it gets. You have you got to get here. This is how I get here. And you take the same.
You got your grocery store you go to. You got your convenience store, your whatever, your meals out, blah 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 blah, and you stay in that area.
It's always that same route, same way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this is like, oh, I gotta go 3 blocks this way. Okay, and you go 3 blocks this way, and you go, wow, this is kind of neat.
Yeah. And people are mad because Pokemon, there's updates for Pokemon Go. And these third-party tracking sites, apps that show you where the Pokemon are being shut down because Pokemon, the creator of Pokemon is like, this isn't what I want. He wanted people to go out and have to find them themselves, and I agree with that. Like, I downloaded one, and I was like, I used it for like the first time we went out, and it was totally inaccurate. So I was like, I'm never using it. I'm just gonna walk around, find whatever I want, and so it's cool, There's our little Pokemon Go rant. For all you people who don't like it, okay, don't play it, but don't hinder people.
Yeah, exactly. It's
don't make fun of
free
people.
Society.
Yeah, don't make.
You are allowed to have your vices.
Yeah,
and Pokemon Go is not a bad vice.
No, definitely not. There could be worse. I can understand if they come on your property and stuff like that. That's a different story.
You just go. But you guys don't have to actually come onto my property. You can access the Pokemon from on the sidewalk. Please do so.
Just use a little common sense.
Yeah,
playing the game.
For that matter, those people playing the game, don't walk on other people's lawns.
Don't walk off a cliff. Keep your head up.
Too.
I have to remind my kid, he's 6, to watch where he's going. I shouldn't have to remind an adult to watch where he's going.
Now, mind you...
I have to remind him on a regular basis, even whether he's playing Pokemon Go or not. Exactly. I have to tell him, watch where you're going.
Yeah, I remember being told to watch where I was going, and I didn't have a screen in front of my face.
Yeah, because kids are just oblivious. Yeah. So...
ADD to the max.
Yeah.
You may or may not know this person. Man Beast Rhino? Does he sound familiar?
Oh, he's a wrestler, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a WWE wrestler. He has been approved by the GOP to run for
Michigan or something.
House seat in the 15th district of Michigan.
Yeah,
like good for him, And
he's currently wrestling on. He's an active wrestler.
Oh, is he? Is he still going to be active?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown Live.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
it's always nice to when people actually use their fame for something to do something positive with it. Jesse Ventura, he ended up becoming governor of some state. He used his fame.
Well, he was a little crazy in there.
No, but
Was he?
okay, come on. He still managed to become
Took a little
governor.
too many hits to the brain.
He still managed to become governor. So that's good for him. It's always nice to see. And interesting, but last, there was a British porn star named Candy Cane or Candy Floss or something like that. She went to Iran to get a nose job, and she managed to make it out of Iran alive. In Iran, they have very strict
Women laws.
women laws and pornography laws. And if they had found out she'd been active participant in pornography, she might not have left the country.
Might have been killed.
Yeah.
On the whole wrestler political thing, there's people joking that The Rock should be the president of the United States. And he should run to be the president of the United States.
There's a joke going around that if Trump actually wins the presidency, that all the people that come after him are going to be reality TV stars.
God. Oh my goodness.
Like Caitlyn Jenner.
Could you imagine Kim Kardashian running our country?
Yeah,
country?
exactly.
I was going to say our country. I'm not even American. All right, guys, that's headlines. Tune in this coming week. We are going to be talking about, what are we talking about? Tomorrow we're going to be talking about what we're watching on the television.
Yep.
Another little bit of, we touched on that before, but we're going to do it again.
Because what we watch changes, and considering it's the summer season right now, there's always different things going on.
And then we're going to laugh at Donald Trump.
Yes.
Until then, guys, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those wonderful videos. Like on the Facebook, comment, and we'll catch you later on this week for 2 more videos.
Yes.
Goodbye.
See ya.